It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. And the Bruins will put it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Mills. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Ohio State's offense will go to work first. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proven to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy. Each and every week, this dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously, so it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency.
Wide open on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jones. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll run it on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the UCLA Bruins offense will take the field for the first time. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. They go right back to it. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
And the Bruins will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And they'll just down it right there.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator.
they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Quickly complete. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Rodgers. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Buckeyes are flying down the field. Lost to throw again. That's caught. It's Mason. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Stop me when you've heard this before. 1st down. 1st down. 1st down. Just continuing to put 1st downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Finds his man. It's Jones. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. And he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
The Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Shoots it to the left. The sure hands. It's Stone. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, seems like he's dialed in.
This defense will try to keep everything in front. Off play action. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
When offenses get 1st downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
The Bruins will hustle to the line.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And the Bruins come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Bruins come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Bruins will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. And the defense was ready when the receiver tried the tricky run.
Well, the offense is trying to go with the trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll leave it with him. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bell. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
And the Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Bell. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get... Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. The Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Off the play fake. Grab near the marker. It's Stone. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. They'll throw it from the red zone. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Grab behind the line. It's Stone. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Just keep slinging it. Touchdown, Bruins! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
They got him for a safety, and there's a fine line between being aggressive and reckless, and he just ran right across him when he ran back into his own end zone. He's in open space downfield. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Gets open down the middle. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. And the Bruins, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been a good day for the offense and a particularly outstanding performance from the quarterback. The passing game, absolute turning on the Jets. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got the first down. Looking for more. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Buckeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way...
Just keeps moving. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The Bruins in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Just an outstanding performance for this guy behind center. They've been playing pitch and catch at an elite level, and there have been no answers defensively. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle. It's Rodgers. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's fourth down. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. On the fake, they snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. And the gamble works in their favor this time as they pick up the first down. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. To the air on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Jones.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. With the catch, it's Mason. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the 1st half. Before then, they can get another score. Big guy smells it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to surge it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Running with the fullback. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
No, you got to be aggressive here, because if you score a touchdown, the nail is in the coffin. This might be ball game. And even if you don't get it, they're not going to have to drive the entire
I'm in the lead. Everything's going right.
He'll keep it on the sneak. Sneaks into the end zone.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the 2nd half?
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
That makes the score Ohio State 38, UCLA 16.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Dawkins. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena.
The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. The Bruins can really attack on this second and short.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Wants to go up top on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
These corners backing off a bit. On third and long, he'll need to throw it downfield. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Now on the return. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Leaves it with the back. There he goes. Oh, spins away. He's at the 30. The 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Now the play fake. Grabbed behind the line. It's Sims. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them coming.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. execute to their own standard. Find some fresh air. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
With the catch, it's Bell. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw again. Snagged in the middle. It's Jones. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was...
Breaks into the open. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quick completion to the right. Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the first down.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
He's got his man, makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Got a man, it's Bell. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies.
Got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Blasted as he lets it go.
And unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect.
Oh, he's got some space. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. And the Bruins have this offense rolling. Finds his man. It's Stone. And he's brought down after the spin move for a short gain. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Off the RPO, complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to throw it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On fourth down, going to the air. The short hands, it's Williams. And he'll step. The sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Took a shot as he threw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They'll go back to the air on second down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're
looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He'll take another shot here. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Bruins had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll give it to the back. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, First and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Cox. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle, and if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. At the 35, he's got room. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Out across the 30, marked down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Pulls it and fires to the left.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Bruins line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught, close to the marker, it's Sims. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt, and I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now.
Touchdown, UCLA! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Coming out with it, it's Mills.
All right, not ideal, right? Not ideal. You're an offense. You want to get a good kickoff return, but you're starting inside your own 10. Now come out, set the tone, get some high percentage completion. You might not go with that script you had because you thought you might have a little better field position.
Turning it on. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, you're in tight.
Oh, he's getting ahead of Steve. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ohio State. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Complete to the left. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. He's loose on the left. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bruins.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting, and they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched, but here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, the next time you take the field, which guys... depend on and what you can build off of.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This guy's been around a while and in his junior season showing complete command of the offense. And the QB has more than had his weight as lighting up the secondary and the scoreboard, Jesse.
Yeah, and Breeze, talking to the coaches coming into this one, they felt like they had a real opportunity in this game to throw the football with success, understanding just how talented their quarterback is. And he's really answered the bell. He's done a really nice job with his decisions. He's played on time. He's been accurate. And this offense has been up and down the field in large part because of how well their quarterback is playing.
And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Got it in the middle. It's Jones. Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play.
With you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to get...
There he goes. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Catch in the middle. It's Rodgers.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to... Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Beck's going for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And he tacks on the extra point.
Ohio State, 73. UCLA, 37.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys.